Wenda was the most beautiful girl in the village of Sprunki. Her beauty was unmatched, but what made her truly radiant was the love she shared with Grey. They were inseparable, their hearts bound by a love that nothing in the world could break, or so they thought. But one day, Tox, a sinister and power-hungry being, set his eyes on Wenda. He was cruel and selfish, always taking what he desired. To pursue Wenda, he even betrayed his own lover, Acid, casting her aside without remorse. However, his advances were not welcome. Wenda despised him, and Grey, furious at Tox's persistence, refused to let him come near her. Tox seethed with rage at the rejection. His wounded pride turned into a thirst for revenge. He watched, waited, and when the moment was right, he struck. One fateful evening, while Grey was alone in the forest, Tox ambushed him. Using his radioactive blood, he poisoned Grey, ensuring that no cure could save him. By the time Grey stumbled back to the village, his body was failing. The poison ate away at him, and soon he was gone. Wenda was devastated. The love of her life was taken from her so cruelly. Days passed in unbearable grief, her mind clouded by sorrow. But grief turned to suspicion, and suspicion led her to the truth. Examining Grey's lifeless body, she found traces of radiation, a clear mark of Tox's foul work. She knew that he was responsible, but she was powerless to avenge her beloved. Desperate, she sought out the only one who could help her, Black. Black was a mysterious and formidable figure, feared and respected by all. His presence alone could send shivers down the spine of even the bravest souls. Wenda pleaded for power, for the strength to destroy Tox. Moved by her sorrow, Black granted her what she sought, but not without a warning. This power will make you strong, but it may also consume you. You may lose yourself in it. Wenda did not care. She accepted the power, and with it, she hunted down Tox. Their battle was fierce, shaking the very ground beneath them. Lightning crackled through the sky as Wenda unleashed her newfound abilities. Tox fought back, but she was relentless, driven by fury and grief. Finally, as he lay defeated before her, she reached into his chest and tore out his atomic heart, the source of his strength and wickedness. Tox was no more. But as she stood there, heart in hand, another thought crept into her mind. If this heart could grant such power, could it not also bring Grey back? Could she undo the tragedy that had befallen them? Her grief clouded her judgment. Ignoring all warnings, she unearthed Grey's body and, in an act of desperate love, placed the atomic heart inside him. At first, it seemed to work. His eyes opened, his body moved. But something was terribly wrong. Grey was not the same. His mind was shattered, his soul lost. He was no longer the man she loved, but a hollow shell, a lifeless body that moved without meaning. Wenda had brought him back, but in doing so, she had destroyed him even further. Horrified, she realized her mistake. In a final act of madness, she ripped the heart from Grey and placed it inside herself. The moment it fused with her body, an overwhelming power surged through her, but it did not bring her peace. It consumed her. Her sorrow, her anger, her despair, all twisted into pure hatred. With each passing moment, she lost more of herself. Memories of her love for Grey faded, replaced by an insatiable hunger for destruction. She turned her wrath upon the world, unleashing devastation wherever she went. The skies darkened in her wake, rivers turned to poison, and the land withered beneath her power. The villagers who once adored her now feared her. No one could stop her, for she had become more than human. She was a force of destruction, a tragedy given form. Legends spoke of her rampage, of how the heavens wept and the earth trembled beneath her fury. And so, the legend of Wenda was born, not as the girl who was loved, but as the monster who had loved too much. A reminder that sometime, in trying to bring back what we have lost, we lose ourselves instead.